Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mikey Report for October 16th, 2010. I'm Mike Edwards. Glad you can be with us. We have quite a bit to get to today, including our first story coming from the Hazleton area. A landmark city church, which is the Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church, will become a food bank and family center for the Catholic social services. The church closed last year and will begin serving the community in a different capacity. Divine Providence at Work, said Neil Oberto, the executive director of the agency's Hazleton branch for CSS. So, some good news out of there. Now some more. Now some disappointing news. Fox is the Cablevision Fox dispute threatens broadcast to viewers in New York and Philly who could miss the baseball playoffs. So if you have Cablevision, keep a lookout and let us know on the Mikey Report what is happening for the Phillies broadcast. The blackout affects Fox 5 and My 9 in New York and Fox 29 in Philly. Also, if you're watching on Fox 5 and My 9 on Cablevision, if you have any information, let us know. Subscribers also lose access to Fox Business Network, Nat Geo Wild, and Fox Deportes, according to an AP report. Programming deal expired and negotiations for a new one are stalled, threatening the broadcast of the playoffs for probably about 3 million subscribers in New York and Philly areas. Game 1 of the NLCS could be threatened for Cablevision subscribers because it is the Phillies versus Giants. So not a happy thing for most viewers. Cablevision says it is News Corp's decision to remove Fox programming is a black eye for broadcast television in America. And Fox released a statement blaming Cablevision, so both sides are blaming each other. In an effort to avoid this very situation, we started this process in May and made numerous reasonable proposals to Cablevision. However, we remain far apart, and Cablevision has made it clear that they do not share our view regarding the value of Fox's networks. In an earlier, Fox didn't dispute the claims but called Cablevision hypocritical because it pays more for its sister company channels, MSG and MSG Plus, controlled by the Dolan family, such as Cablevision, than it does for all 12 Fox channels that they pay for. $70 million a year that Cablevision pays News Corp for, and News Corp's asking for more than $150 million for that same programming. Lawmakers have begun to speak up on the issue, saying that it should be they should have the FCC intervene, and FCC encouraged the two parties to agree to binding arbitration without suspending service and did not specify a mediator. Representatives and senators are urging both sides to negotiate. And in a separate dispute with Dish Network, the satellite company, Fox cut access between October 1st to October 19th. Well, on October 1st to 19 regional sports networks, the FSN regionals, FX, and the Nat Geo channel for 14.3 million Dish subscribers. That fight foreshadows more tough negotiations as the deal for Fox broadcast signals on Dish expires October 31st. So, those of you on Dish, suggestion, go to DirecTV. For those of you with Cablevision, I suggest finding a different way to get cable somehow, some way. Or go online to see the games, because this ain't right. This is not right for to happen. Thankfully enough, I have over-the-air signal here in the Philly region, so I'll be able to catch the NLCS. Unless News Corp decides to pull the over-the-air signal too. If they did, there'd be a lot of upheaval. Just saying. But there has been another mine explosion. This time in China. A coal mine explosion kills 21 but traps 16 or 17 in Beijing. Rescuers battled dangerous levels of gas and the risk of falling coal as they worked to free 16 miners after the explosion at the coal mine in central China early Saturday. Officials confirmed 21 were killed. This blast happened just a couple days after the 33 miners were trapped in Chile. Some 276 workers were in the mine when the explosion happened at 6 a.m. local time China, 6 p.m. Friday night. And 239 escaped, according to the State Work Safety Administration. It wasn't clear how far underground the miners were trapped or what their conditions were, including whether or not they are alive. So, hopefully that doesn't hinder anything. Hopefully that can be worked on. An anti-Obama billboard in Colorado is taken down. Sign had depicted president as terrorist, gangster, Mexican bandit, and gay man. There's actually a picture of it on MSNBC.com. Grand Junction, Colorado. In the billboard in western Colorado, they use caricatures to depict Obama. As those four has been taken down, sign along I-70 business loop in Grand Junction drew criticism from local Republicans and Democrats. Doris Downing, owner of J&S Fence Company, where the billboard was erected, said the sign's presence was a major disruption to our business. It was hard for my trucks to get out and hard for customers to come in, she told the Daily Sentinel, hours after the sign was taken down on Friday morning. I defend the freedom of speech. People have to put up the sign, but I have to say I'm thrilled it's gone. Bud's Signs, the owner of the billboard company, removed it after receiving threats from people who didn't care for it, according to the reports. He had received the artist received very hateful emails and phone calls over the sign. It was designed to be an editorial cartoon. So, artist couldn't reveal who paid for the billboard, and he didn't return calls to explain why it was removed. So, we'll see. And more news out of Colorado, the Senate race. Republican Ken Buck aims to unseat Michael Bennet in that hot battleground state. So we'll see what transpires between those issues there. Clinton carried the state in 92 but not 96. Colorado went for Bush in 2004, then served as the location for Obama's nominating convention and part of his march to the White House in 08. And this November, Colorado's once again swaying in the winds as conservative Republican Ken Buck aims to remove Senator Michael Bennet, the Democrat. So we're winding down to the midterm elections. I've actually cast my ballot, so hopefully things work out in favor of whoever is voting. Like I said, a lot of news to get to. Stocks ended up mixed yesterday with the Dow down. Ben Bernanke signals the Federal Reserve is poised to further boost the economy. Still weighing how aggressive moves should be, Mr. Bernanke is. He's balancing a short-term fix for the economy with a long-term gamble. Plan to buy treasury bonds to fight high unemployment and super low inflation now could ignite inflation later. Bernanke signaling that doing nothing would pose the biggest risk of all, though. So, I mean, sure we need to buy, but we also need to stimulate the economy somehow. So, I think it's a good move. We'll see. But there were banking fears, and GE results dragged the Dow index lower. Sharp gain in Google shares gives boost to the tech-heavy NASDAQ market, as NASDAQ goes up 33 points to 2469. Dow drops almost 32 to 11,062. S&P 500 up 2 and change to 1176. So, NASDAQ with the biggest gain of close to 1.4%. So, hopefully, some good news out of that. Friday Night Lights is delayed, obviously. We will have that for you.